Okay, this is on. We are gonna get fit together. Oh, that sounded like it had no energy at all. We are gonna get fit together. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the starting physique. Ooh. Oh. Here is the starting physique. Boom, boom, boom. A little bit of definition. I've been eating a lot of carbs, but this is going to be a guide for everyone. Everyone, I say, everyone. We are gonna get fit together. Okay, look at that. Now we're gonna do this in 7 days. All right, it's not gonna be anything crazy. All right, so let me go ahead and throw my stuff back on. Well, I mean by stuff, it's just literally my shirt. I want to put it inside out. Yeah. I just stretched my shirt a little bit right there. Let's tuck it in because it looks better like that. Go ahead and put on the hat because this is a staple. Yeah. Yikes. Without further ado, let's just go. Turn off the light in here. It's recording. Yes, it is. I'm already starting. I'm starting it now.
What?
I'm starting to record now. Ugh.
You took some water?
Yeah, I have water right here. There you go. It's my mom. We're gonna leave through the garage. All right, Mama. I'll see you later in like 4 hours. I gotta do the scariest jump. Ready? Whoa! Okay, so if you're here and you're watching, you want to get fit in 7 days. All right, I'm going to take you along from day 1 all the way to day 7. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, right? But it's just a little thing that I like to do is I just like to walk, right? The beauty of walking is that a majority of the energy that you burn is primarily fat, right? So sometimes when people start this type of journey, hold up, is this recording? Imagine like I did this and it wasn't recording and I never ever checked until now. So like I was saying, running is mostly carbohydrates. Here's the thing that's bad about that. When you're running for a long time, for me personally, it's kind of hard to sustain running. I don't know, maybe I'm just out of shape, but if you're like me and you don't want to run, the better alternative is to just walk. And it's crazy because there's like a chart online that you can look up. I'm not super smart, but like I did use ChatGPT to show me this chart. And it talks about the different zones of cardio. You got zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5, right? Zone 1 burns 51% of the majority of calories from fat, right? And then the rest is carbohydrates. Now, when you go up to zone 2, it uses a little bit more carbs, a little bit less fat. When you go to zone 3, zone 4, zone 5, it starts to be a majority of carbohydrates. So, if you're trying to lose fat, if you're trying to get in the best shape of your life, let me clean this because I am worried that there's a smudge on it. If you're trying to get into the best shape of your life, maybe that might be an exaggerate, but you're just trying to look better, just walk. We're gonna do this together And in 7 days, I showed you the physique. I do have a little bit of definition already because I do like to go to the gym. I do like to do abs. For abs, it's very simple. If you want to grow your abs, just do weighted crunches, cable crunches, right? So in order to build muscle, not build endurance, you need to put yourself under what? You have to increase tension over time, progressive overload, in order to stimulate growth. So what that looks like is, for me personally, I do cable crunches with 170 pounds of resistance. I know that sounds crazy, but I've been just doing it for like a little bit. And like when I mean a little bit, probably like 3 months consecutively. So I built up to that, like doing half my body weight first. Holy crap. I'm getting winded just walking and talking. I'm really not that athletic. But yeah, I started at 80 pounds and I worked my way up to 170. Look up a YouTube video, or maybe I'll show you, and then like try it yourself, right? I do 5 sets to 20, right? You can do that twice a week and that'll just be enough. Right? So what is the goal today? So if we're gonna do this journey together, 7 days of just really walking and get your steps in. It's nothing complicated. I'm not gonna go make you do a crazy workout. But you did click on the video because you wanna honestly get in the best shape of your life, slim down, look as best as you could in just 7 days. So people would tell you what to do. I will do it with you every step of the way. There might be some cuts here and there because like, I don't know, like maybe my battery might die or something like that, or my phone likes to overheat. So those are the only times you'll see like a cut or happen or something like that. So 30,000 steps, I think that's gonna take like possibly 4 to 5 hours of just walking, right? Now I know a lot of people don't have that time or that liberty, but for those of you that do, let's just do it together. But there are also alternatives, and you don't have to just do these crazy walks, spend this much time. You could accelerate things. By accelerate, I mean just put a little bit more effort by going to a treadmill, raising the incline, set the speed to 3, and that'll help you mimic the amount of calories burned. The thing about like walking like this is that it's sustainable. You can do this day in, day out without fatigue, right? There might be a little bit of fatigue. There might be a little bit of a learning curve because when you just start introducing your body these crazy amount of steps, especially if you're a person that's like sedentary and you don't really like walk a lot or do as much activity, walking is a great way to build your aerobic base. With the better aerobic base, it just lets you do everything else in your life a lot more efficiently. So like if you like to play sports, let me just go over here. I see somebody crafting. Me, I am scared of interactions, especially when I have this camera here. I think this is gonna be I think I'm gonna be doing this often. But if people pass by me, or if I see somebody walking down, they're on the sidewalk, I don't know. Yeah. Is this still on? Yeah. If I see somebody on the same path that I'm walking, I would do my best to avoid it because I am shy. And I only just started doing this type of recording today. I have no experience. The shyness is like peak right now. Yeah. So, what was I already saying? I kind of already forgot. But yeah, we're gonna do 30,000 steps today. All right, day 1 of day 7. No workout, no crazy thing. I mean, if you go and you do the workout, it's great. I think I'm all for working out on days that we do cardio. It actually helps in your recovery because let's say you hit a nasty workout and your muscles are like broken down. So when you eat your protein, you're gonna want to walk a little bit because it's just gonna help your bloodstream take the protein straight to the muscle to repair a lot quicker. So this will boost your recovery. So if you are a weight trainer and you like to skip your cardio, I don't see the problem with it. You'll bulk up, you know what I'm saying? You'll look like a bear. Maybe I'm wrong, but the thing about adding cardio in is just these little fragments of fat burn that are cumulative, right? If you add up 500, 1,000, 1,500 extra calories a day, you know, of just fat burn, and that's exactly what we're trying to go for here when we're doing these walks. Because remember, 51% of what you're burning on these walks are from fat, calories from fat. You're just gonna honestly look better. It's just that plain and simple. Since you're burning such a good amount of fat, you know what I'm saying, on these walks, the composition, you fixing your composition by walking is just so underrated. Now, people think going and doing like a crazy like 10-mile run, like, yeah, you're gonna get some good calorie burn off of that. Yeah, it's probably gonna feel great. You're gonna have the endorphins going. You're gonna feel proud of yourself. But keep hitting those runs every day and tell me that you don't like run into any type of pain or like, you know, progressive recovery time. Because here's my thing. When I was running, and let me tell you, I did a half marathon. I did up to like 22 miles nonstop at a good pace, like 8 minutes. Here's the thing. There's a threshold of recovery time that you have to sit through and wait. Now, when I sit through and wait, I end up overweighting my threshold. I end up recovering for a lot longer than I should be recovering. So I'd rather not do that. I'd rather be at it as much as possible and keep the momentum going, because a long run is going to cost recovery time, and you have to pay that some way or another, because you can't let your body not recover. When you don't let your body recover, it's just harder to get back to the training, to the things that you're trying to improve on. So with walking, you can kind of do this infinitely. Me, I like to add a little bit of weight. There's like 5 pounds in here. It's not a significant amount of weight, but when you're going the distance, when you're going like 10 miles of like just walking, it adds up. You can use ChatGPT to calculate how much weight that you added. You can calculate your body weight plus like 10 pounds over whatever distance or whatever amount of time. It'll go ahead and run the numbers, it'll calculate, and it'll tell you an average of how much calories you burned. And you can get very specific. You can ask it, how many calories of fat did I burn in these walks that we're doing? And it'll go ahead and calculate it for you, so you don't have to worry about the numbers. And that's what I do all the time. I let ChatGPT do all the work for me. All right. When it comes to terms of calculating and trying to figure out what things mean, because if you don't track things, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have data, you have nothing. Somebody told me that, and it stuck with me. Data is very important. It's not just in like your job. It's like everything that you do is like data. So track everything. It's very important. Macros, yes, of course, you're supposed to do that. But look, I'm all for not tracking and trying to live my life in a simple way, because I don't want to overcomplicate everything. I just want to find a repeatable routine that's easy to do, that doesn't make me feel fatigued, that lets me enjoy my life. You know what I mean? I hope everybody else is like that, but everybody else lives complicated lives. Oh, I don't want to get hit. a very random upload because it's like 4 o'clock. And my dad was actually the one that told me, oh, you should just go all in on recording. So here I am listening to him because I also believe it too. Some people pay thousands of dollars to get personal trainers and then for them to not get results. Now that sucks because like money's so important, especially in today's economy. It's like I can't be talking that because I'm pretty broke myself. But I know for other people that have families, responsibilities, housing payments, rent, food bills, stuff like that. I'm very fortunate. I have a very loving family. They just want me to pursue my dream. I don't know what else I can say. I'm very lucky. If I didn't have them, who knows where I would be. I'm doing this for them too. But I also want to do it for you because I want you to know getting in shape, getting to your dream physique, getting to a point where you feel confident, that's so important. Here's the thing about feeling confident is the barriers that you set in your mind, they start to go away. For me, it's like talking to people. I have like social anxiety. I was chubby, round, fat in the places I don't want to be fat in. But the important thing is that over time, you can work on these things, right? Don't rush things, right? Because when you rush it, you end up not sticking to it, right? So the way I built up my confidence, but here's the thing, my confidence is not even like that crazy. Because like right now holding this camera, I feel a little shy because like I was telling you before, like if somebody passes me, I'm gonna do my best to either A, avoid them, B, not look at them. If I get the courage, C, B, say hello. But on this walk, we'll see if like, we'll see which one of those happen. So when you start to lose weight, when you start to look at yourself in the mirror, it might be a little too loud. The stuff I'm gonna say right now is pretty important. So let me get to a little bit quieter spot real quick. It looks like it's gonna rain today too. Oh man, if it rains, how unfortunate. But that's my luck. So yeah, like I was gonna say about the confidence thing. Confidence takes a little bit of time to build up, right? So if you're somebody starting at zero, I understand you. I was there, right? It's gonna take time. It's gonna take effort. You just have to be accepted. You have to be accepting of the time and the effort that you have to put into what you want. So in this case, if you're trying to build up confidence, understand that just building your body is just a fragment of what you have to do. Some people need to build up confidence in their speech. Some people have to build up confidence at work. Some people have to build up confidence to even go outside. What category do I fall into? I've been working on lately, like speech with other people. I feel a lot more comfortable because of the way I've been progressing with these walks and how it's been influencing what I think about myself. I've been progressing and I've been able to speak to more people, in social settings and have better conversations. Walking also, it's just, yesterday, for example, I've actually gotten compliments. I don't really get compliments a lot. So when I do, they're pretty significant. I play a sport, badminton. It's nothing too crazy. I haven't showed up in a while, right? But I did show up yesterday, right? I had my own little time skip arc, right? And my time skip arc is where I just did a lot of, holy shit. That car was flying right behind me. I did a lot of walking in this time skip arc. I needed to do all that walking because I was kind of at a state of limbo where I just didn't know what I wanted. I had problems that I had to face on my own. But that's a topic for probably later on in this walk. So I started to get compliments at badminton, and it made me feel amazing. It made me feel that there are a lot of cars here, actually, and they're probably looking at me and they're like, what the heck is this guy doing? But then again, I have to like reframe everything. Green light. Because maybe these people don't give a damn that I'm holding a stick right here and I'm talking to it. So it's just my mind making me feel a certain way. I'm not trying to feel like that. So you'll actively see me face my anxiety right here on camera. So enjoy that. It's gonna be a fun snippet. But yeah, when I got those compliments, they started to feel really good. And it actually got me feeling inspired. It's like, wow, all that walking I did, for weeks. Like I did like 2 weeks of like 20, 30, 40,000 steps, right? And it made a big enough of a difference in a short amount of time that people started to realize like, hey, like your figure looks good. Or like you're looking a little bit more muscular. It's like, wait, I didn't really work out that much. Ooh. How you doing, boss? Chilling, brother. Oh shit. Wow, that guy smelled like cigarettes. At least I said hello. Was not expecting that. He had a very accepting face. He kind of looked like a vlogger himself, so it was really easy to say hello. So yeah, I started getting those compliments. I started feeling inspired. Then I started feeling like a sense of purpose. And that purpose within me, like, if people can see this change that I've done in such a short amount of time, and people think I really went to go hit the gym like crazy, like, yeah, I did, but not as intensely as you think. The change came from dropping a lot of body fat because I walked crazy distances, and I was actually in a little bit of a deficit too. So for like 2 weeks straight, I ate about 1,200 calories, right? And those 1,200 calories was just all protein, right? The reason why I did all protein and such a low calorie is because there's a lot of cars coming. There's a lot of cars coming. 1 second. So the reason why I ate 1,200 calories and most of it was just protein was because when I worked out, I didn't want my muscles to catabolize. I didn't want to break down my muscles. I wanted to keep as much muscle as I could, right? So I ate about 150 grams of protein and like 20, 30 grams of carbs, 20, 30 grams of fat for like hormone purposes. Because if you take out fat completely, your hormones go crazy and like you lose probably like balance in yourself. It hasn't happened to me, but according to ChatGPT, they say do not remove all the fat out of your body. Okay, I'm listening. I'll do it. Nice. So yeah, I did that. It's actually kind of hard to continuously talk for the duration of this video, but I'm trying to let my thoughts flow. The only thing that's like colliding with that is obviously all this excess sound that you're hearing from all the cars that are moving. So I'll have captions auto-generate so you can hear what I say. Hopefully those captions come out good. Hopefully they do. If they don't, I'm sorry. This is my first video that I'm like uploading long format. Maybe I should have did a little bit better with choosing a quieter place. because to walk around a busy place. I live in Orlando, so there's just nonstop cars, and I live right by like Universal Studios. There's like a lot going on, so I can't control the outside volume. But I will learn. I will learn not to do this again. I will learn to choose a quieter place. I know this will probably drag into the night. I'll see if I can like choose a better direction. I'll do my best, because I want to make this as easy to follow along, easy to listen to as possible. There's something in my shoe. Check it out. So 1,200 calories along with walking those 20, 30K, 40K steps. Dude, it did something crazy to me. And let's see if I remember. I'll put it right here so you can see the before, and then here's the after. All right, let's see if I could remember to put it in this video, because I don't know if I'm gonna rewatch this video. I was just thinking about just uploading it straight because it's like raw. It's like, I think that'll just be cool. First take, no second takes. I think that's pretty badass. So I did that. Mega change in such a short amount of time. So when I went to badminton, everybody noticed that there was like a significant change. Well, not everybody, but couple people. And those couple people were enough. So my thought is, I got inspired. Let's go ahead and tell the rest of the world what you did. So I had 1,200 calories. I walked 20, 30K, 40K steps. I did it for 2 weeks, and I kind of got shredded. For my standard, to be able to see your abs from not seeing your abs at all, I think that's pretty significant. Am I wrong? I don't know, maybe somebody else might disagree. Here's the thing. Carbs hold water weight. I think it's like for every gram of carbs holds like 3 to 5 grams of water. So on this protein only diet, the first thing that you're gonna lose is all this extra water weight. And that's significant because you'll see a huge improvement in your body composition really, really quickly. Now, people are trying to get ready for like a photo shoot or something like that. I think deloading on... Shit, I said hello. Holy crap. This video is doing a lot better than I thought. I thought I was gonna cower. Very nice, very nice. So if you get rid of all of that, if you get rid of the carbs, right? If you're not eating like 200, 300 grams, your body's gonna have no choice but to let go of that water weight. So then you're gonna see, the first thing that you're gonna see is the scale weight drop pretty significantly. And for a lot of people, that's gonna change your body composition really fast. You're gonna look good in just a couple of days. For some people, that's enough. For some people, they can make do with that. For me, I wanted to see how much further I can go, if I could push further beyond. Yeah, Goku says that. I kept the deficit going for 2 weeks. The amount of fat I burned because I was eating 1,200 calories and walking a crazy amount of steps, I was burning on average like an additional 1,500 to 2,500 calories just by walking. Pair that with the deficit, you're talking about you're losing about 3,500 to 3,000 calories in a day. Now, if you know anything about fat, 3,500 calories is equal to 1 pound of fat. Now, if you can work hard, right? This is a great thing to think about. If you can work hard for a short amount of time, you can get the body, the physique that you're looking for without losing a lot of like your muscle in a short amount of time if you're willing to do the hard work. The hard work is still going to the gym, still being tired, still eating your protein, still being in a deficit, but you're doing it for 2 weeks. You're getting these steps in. You'll shred a lot of fat, real fat, not just the water weight, very fast in a short amount of time. Because look at it this way. Why would you want to be in a 500, 600, 700 calorie deficit for months on end to try and achieve, the same results that you can achieve in like 2 weeks? Now, for those people that are impatient like me, this works. This absolutely works, right? The thing about it is once you get to your goal body weight and the way that you look, just eat right back at maintenance. That's the thing. Get to the body weight as fast as possible. You don't want to sustain a deficit for months. It just doesn't feel good. I tried it. It sucked. I hated it. And it felt like I wasn't making any progress. That sounded like a clown horn. It felt like I wasn't making any progress. I don't know if anybody else feels discouraged, but when you wake up day in, day out, look in the mirror, and you feel like you look the same, the chances are of me going and grabbing a 500 calorie honey bun, because that makes me feel a little bit better. Chances are I'm gonna grab that honey bun. And that 500 calorie deficit for the day I was supposed to sustain is gone. Because we're all emotional human, we are humans, right? We are all emotional human beings. So sometimes your emotions can affect some of the decisions that you make. We're not all perfect. That's the thing. We are not all perfect, right? So the longer we go in a deficit, the higher the chance that some of these mistakes might happen. I'm so guilty of being in my deficit when I was doing minus 500, of eating something that I wasn't supposed to eat. When I ate that, I felt horrible. I felt so discouraged that it snowballed into me not wanting to. Let me just run real quick. It snowballed into me not wanting to hold the discipline that is necessary to lose weight and the plan that I was following, right? And once you start losing grip, you start to snowball deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's like, damn. You feel bad, then you gotta restart. And it's always hard to restart once you've already been a week or two in. You mess up one time, you have one cheat day, one cheat meal, and you can erase a lot of progress pretty quickly if you can't control your emotions. That's a huge problem. I don't know if everybody else has it. I know for me, I do. I am going to walk down this way. That should be significantly less louder. I'm putting the phone next to my face, even though it's intended to be probably over here. But that's just because maybe the audio quality is not where I need it to be. So I'm gonna try and make adjustments as I go, even though you might get a crazy face up of me and you don't want me in your face. Sorry. And even then, it is still pretty loud. Every car that swings by is insane. me get over here. I'm gonna cross. Now the reason why I crossed is because somebody was trailing me, and that there just goes another problem that I have. Like, he wasn't doing nothing to me. I just felt uncomfortable. Somebody was behind me. I'm recording. There's some feelings colliding. It was just a kid. Nah, he's like a grown adult. Eventually, hopefully I get over that fear and I'm able to walk in places more public, because this, I'm all alone here on this like nice little strip. So confidence is shooting up a little bit. But yeah, I get off topic a lot. This is kind of like a filler episode for the videos that I make. A lot of the videos that I do like to make, if you have watched my shorts, they're just motivation. I try and get people to walk a lot more, because if you're living a sedentary life, like under 5,000 calories, under 5,000 steps, gotta understand, we as humans, think of like a third world country, that don't have access to cars. We gotta walk places. So people in a third world country probably average 20K, 30K steps. Americans, people that live in the US, people that are homebound, couch potatoes, I'm thinking they're pulling in numbers sub 3,000. That is if they're literally in their house doing nothing but gaming. Because I was one of those people. So I'm speaking for the majority. If there are any gamers out there, go outside. Go outside and walk, brother. There's beauty in stepping out and taking these steps. It's good for the mind. Instead of channeling all of your emotions playing games, you could be out here getting some vitamin D, smelling some fresh air, not touching your greasy controller. I don't know how many gamers. Oh wow, look at this. This looks like a nice path. There's no cars. All right, we're going down here. Wow, this looks awesome. Look at the view. Beautiful. Wow, the video is already 38 minutes long. Some people can yap for days. Am I a yapper? I'm not too sure. Oh, this is beautiful though. Look at that. Very nice. So yes, gamers, please go outside more. Please clean your controller. I don't know how many of you clean your controllers, but they have to be greasy. Especially you guys that stay in like 6-8 hours. The reason why I'm calling you guys out is because I was one of those people too. When I was a lot younger. Now, I probably play like less than 30 minutes of games. And it's not even consistent. I don't play games all the time. As a matter of fact, out of a week, I probably play games twice in a week, right? And I don't play anything crazy. Like I'll play Marvel Rivals, a couple matches. Obviously I'm speaking for myself here. I get mad enough to the point where I'll play 1, 2, 3 matches, but if the team is not performing, I can get off really quickly, easily. It's just so easy for me to get off. I don't know. It's a bad habit, but I'm happy that I have that habit because it cuts my gaming time to as short as it is. And plus, I'm just not as motivated. Ever since really doing these steps, I look forward to going on these trips, going on these walks, exploring new places. Like I don't even know where this path goes to. Warning, stay on trail. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on the trail. I enjoy this. This is much better. than staying inside. People who are gaming, their room is probably dark. Step outside, brother. Open the curtain. Again, I am probably just projecting the type of person I used to be. And no, I'm not going back. This is perfect. This is beautiful. It helps you, like doing these walks helps you organize your thoughts, right? Because I feel like everybody already has a very complex life, right? And sometimes we go through a lot of things that we never really have time to sit and unpack these things. So when you're by yourself, you're doing these walks, you have the time to really sit and digest what has happened yesterday, the past week, whatever happened at work. Now, when you can do that, when you can unpack everything in your mind, you roll into the next day as like a brand new person. And I think that's really important. Because that's also practicing mindfulness, right? You don't let the things affecting you affect others because you did the due diligence to sit there, process your thoughts, and not let it affect or harm anybody. Because if we sit and have those thoughts linger, those negative thoughts, for example, linger, they could affect our decision making or what we do the next day, the following day, to people that are unsuspecting of what has happened to you. So this is very beneficial for those people that sort of need a form of therapy. I've been in therapy for like 29 weeks. And therapy is probably the best thing that we all can go through because it's just a check. And I did like a person-to-person therapy. So you'll talk about certain situations and people will give you like feedback on like being empathetic, more empathetic to other people. Because our anger, sometimes we just get so into our feelings, especially as men that can't control their emotions are dangerous people, right? And I was someone that couldn't control his emotions. Thus, I acted out in ways that, I'm obviously not proud of. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us have skeletons in the closet. But for us guys, if we don't take the time to unpack some of the emotions that we're going through, talk to somebody, and you let it bottle up, it's gonna come out in ways that you wish it never did. So do yourself the favor. Talk to somebody, go on a walk, unpack. You probably had a stressful day, and I don't blame you for feeling the way that you're feeling. But it's important to not carry those feelings and let them affect anybody else. True story. I've done that, and it only got me into a heap of trouble. And I've done it again in aspects of having a relationship, and all it does is just mess things up because you can't control yourself. That's a problem. So us guys, do yourself a favor. I'm speaking to all of you. Take it from me. Give yourself the liberty to go on a walk. Talk to your friend. Tell them how your day went. Tell them what's bothering you. Talk. Because some guys can go days, weeks without talking to anybody. And we're human beings. We're social creatures. Like, we need that type of connection, communication. Like, we need it. If we don't have it, our emotions go unchecked. And what happens when your emotions go unchecked? You act out. You do stupid things. You do things that you regret. Do yourself the favor. Unpack it. Take the time. Then you might learn something too. You might learn something about yourself. I've been personally learning a lot about myself on these walks. There's also another thing that happens when you're on these walks, especially when you're going the distance, is your mind sometimes would challenge you. your body will challenge you too. They're gonna be like, all right, you walked 10K steps. You are ready to go home. You are ready to stop. You are ready to call an Uber and get back home. Now, for those people that don't walk a lot, okay, go ahead. You could stop walking. If you feel like your body can't actually hold up to it and you're not just making the excuse, go ahead, stop. 1 second. Alrighty. Sorry, it was probably a little noisy right there, so. What was I talking about? Do I really have short-term memory like that? A little bit of noise made me forget what I was talking about. Incredible, because I think it did. Let me try and think. Let me use my massive brain to try and remember where I was. Or I could just go on the video and just, what the heck? There's a dead end. What am I gonna do here? That's the thing about these things. Taking these walks, you kind of have to figure things out. If you don't already have like a pre-planned route that you're gonna take, you just kind of wing everything. So here, I'm gonna wing it. I'm going off track. I'm gonna use this little path over here. It looks cool. Cool beans. Alrighty, we're looking good. I have a little trail that won't last that long. Well, eventually that thought will come back. And I hope it does. Because I feel like I was onto something. Oopsie. You can't be perfect. This is all going in one take. I don't really plan on doing another take of this. I want this to be just raw. You know what I mean? I want to hit our step goal too. 30,000 steps is a lot of steps. It's gonna be a lot, man. I can't stress that point enough. But the thing is, it's really rewarding, because if you practice delayed gratification, the best rewards in life are the ones that you have to really wait for. They're not the ones that you can get right away. There's nothing special about it either. I know when it comes to our body, we really have, I found the path. All right, over there, I don't know if you can see it, but there are like some buildings that look like a rainbow fish. The rainbow fish from when we were kids. I forget what the actual story is about, but I know it's like this fish that stood out because he had rainbow scales. So there's some hotels over here that actually look like that fish that I'm thinking about. Now this is the place. These are the hotels that are actually for Epic Universe, because I live right next to Epic Universe. So I just think personally, this is ugly. I don't really like the way that they designed the building. Oops. I don't think really anybody cares about my opinion there, but that's just my take. So let's get back to what I was talking about. I know I was talking about the steps. Right, so these 30,000 steps. When you're starting out, it is kind of tough, right? If you are sedentary, I think this is what I was talking about. If you are sedentary, and then all of a sudden you make this drastic change to jump up to 10,000 steps, okay, your body's gonna feel it. Your body's gonna want to tell you to, let's slow down, let's take our time with these steps, which is okay, right? This only applies to people that walk less than like 3,000 steps in a day. This applies to you guys. Walking 10,000 steps 3 times the amount of effort, okay, I'll cut you some slack. You could stop at 10,000. But for the people that are into sports, soccer, basketball, anything like that, or work a job that like you just walk around, I'm gonna give you a little less slack. But when you start walking up to like 15, 20K steps, okay, Now you're getting some serious numbers. So give yourself the time to try it. You know what I'm saying? Work your way up to 10K steps. It's not that hard to get to 10K steps, in my opinion. Right? That's a hot take too, because I don't know the activity level of everyone. But I believe you can do it. 10K steps is in reach, right? Now, if you're going to 20K steps, okay, it's challenging. It's challenging because, one, you have to figure out, how am I even going to walk that many steps? What path am I going to take? There are kind of a lot of things that you have to know beforehand before you go out and you do those things. So I'll cut you some slack there too. You go 30,000 steps. You go 40,000 steps. You go 50,000 steps. These are what I like to call shock days, right? If you work hard, really hard, you don't have to work for a long period of time. If you can make some days, I call them shock days. If you can turn some days into shock days, then you can relax 2 days, 3 days after that, because your body's still like, damn, you did all this work over here. You're in a steep deficit. You know, you're in that stage where your metabolism is like on fire. So if you do that, if you do a shock day once or twice a week, you're in good shape. Work really hard, earn those rest days, earn those days that you get to relax. That helps you prolong, you know, all of this, right? And when I talk about all of this, it's all about creating steps as a routine, making steps a routine. Because if 51% of the energy you burn is from fat, and one of the priorities in your life are to have a good body year-round, then this is a non-negotiable. To make steps a priority is a non-negotiable. I mean, yeah, you could stay in a deficit, but here's the thing. You can eat more. Yes. Yeah, you heard me. You can eat more if every day you're consistent, or majority of the weeks you're consistent with walking. Right? It's all about calories in and calories out. You probably heard that before, but it's true. You know, you want to burn more than you're taking in. That's the whole point of being in a deficit. Now that's what's going to get you your dream body. You know what I'm saying? But here's also another thing. Body composition, there's also another component. It's your macros, right? Your macros, your protein intake, your carbohydrates intake, your fat intake. Calories help you manage your weight. Macros help you manage your composition, your body composition. What does that mean? If I am, let's say, a chunky monkey person, which I used to be, and I just decided to cut calories, I just decided that I'm gonna not eat for like 5-6 days. Sure, I'll drop weight. Sure, that's a crazy fast. But here's the thing. Because I'm not controlling my macros, I might end up at the end of those 6-7 days of not eating after that fast, skinny fat. Now that, a lot of people fall into that category of being skinny fat. I used to too. That's just what happens when you don't care about your macros. Your protein intake is probably the most important macronutrient that you have to like think about every single day. Because what protein does is it helps you retain your muscle, right? So if you went to the gym, you worked hard, right? But you're cutting your calories and you're not thinking about your protein and you're keeping your protein under 50 grams, for example, guess what happens to you? Can you guess? Your body starts breaking down the muscle that you worked hard for. Imagine going 1 year building a ton of muscle. just for you to go on the cut of your life, right? And there's nothing wrong against fasting, but like doing like fasting, not eating entirely for a significant amount of time, let's say like a month, because I've seen some people do it, because people do these things to achieve crazy results in a short amount of time. These people that they go to the gym, and I'm gonna cross the road here. One second, because this is some dangerous stuff. People drive like animals out here. Those people lose a significant amount of muscle during the cutting periods because the body is just taking from all sources, right? So you need to stimulate your muscle. You need to go to the gym, right? And if you have a lot of muscle in your body and you need to go on a cut to show everybody the progress that you made, while you're cutting, you have to eat your goal body weight in protein. So if you're 170 pounds and your goal is to be 150 pounds, you have to eat 150 grams of protein, right? What that does is it spares your muscles from getting catabolized. Your body doesn't use that as energy while you're fasting or you're in a deficit. You need to do that. If you don't do that, your body starts tapping into your muscles, and your hard work starts to get flushed away. So be smart. Worry about your macronutrients. That's a huge one. I'm telling you. A lot of people don't think about that one. People just want to lose weight. And yeah, you can lose weight. Like if you're somebody that doesn't go to the gym and you just want to lose weight just to lose weight, and you don't really care about how your body looks, you care about the weight on the scale, okay, you can go ahead and do it. But if you're somebody that goes to the gym, you put in the work, and you want the work to show, you need to eat your protein, you need to be in a deficit, you need to take your steps, because that's just going to give you the highest quality of results, right? You want to be shredded, you can get shredded. You got to make sure that you're staying consistent with your protein intake. You have to stimulate. So that's the second part. Is you can be in a deficit, but you need to consistently remind your body by going to the gym and working out, hey, don't break this down. We need it. All right? It's going to send a signal to your body that goes, oh shit. Well, we're not going to draw any more energy from the muscle because we already have a good amount of protein in the system, and you sent a signal to the body. It's like, okay, we're still using this. Let's not break it down. So it's a two-part thing. If you want to recomp and get a really good body, your protein intake, make sure that's, if your goal is to be 150 pounds, you get 1 gram for your ideal body weight. So that's 150 grams of protein. And then the second part is you're gonna wanna send signals to your body. So go work out, go do your chest day, go do your back day, go do your leg day, so your body doesn't use your muscle as energy. Those two things, once you got those two things in check, start getting shredded, start doing these walks. All right, now, are these steps going to take away your muscle? The answer is no. It is only going to help you. What we're doing right now is we're allowing the oxygen to flow around our body, right? Allowing the blood to get pumping, right? So like if you just had a workout, it's really good to go on a walk because your body, your blood vessels are carrying the amino acids from the protein that you're eating directly to the places that just got broken down. So if you hit a workout, arms, and we're on this walk, my body is delivering fresh amino acids straight to the bicep faster than if you were to just be home and then just relax. But if you go to sleep, that is king is sleep. A majority of your growing is going to happen sleeping. Your hair, your muscles, your skin, everything, you name it. All the repairing aspects happen during sleep. But here's an interesting thing. Your body is actually actively repairing even when you're awake. No, it's not like as significant as going to sleep. It's not. But right now, I didn't hit the gym today. So it would be a bad example to use myself. But if you did hit the gym, you go home and then you eat a protein-rich meal, even while you're awake watching TV, your body's gonna start rebuilding itself. Your muscles are gonna get repaired. Doesn't that sound great? So that's just another reason to have protein in the body after you hit a nice workout. Because you're just gonna be growing. And that's the whole goal here. You wanna be in a consistent state of growing. So walking helps you grow. Getting your protein, I mean, like you have a little bit of leeway. You can like wait up to like, I think like 4, 5, 6 hours. And I think even then, like if you go further beyond, I think your body will super compensate and be like, damn, 8 hours later, we're just not getting protein, rush it straight to the muscles. Your body super compensates like that. Our bodies are like computers, right? Go to sleep, all the damage that you did during the day, you wake up, your body programs itself to basically elevate, get stronger. You wake up with a whole bunch of new modifications on your body. They might be micro, but modifications are modifications. Now, we have gotten to Epic Universe. We're almost there, actually. We are at Epic Boulevard. I honestly don't know the distance where we're at right now. Because if I stop recording, then I won't be able to know. Let's get the high ground here. We're gonna do some parkour. Whoosh. Oh, it's a cobweb. Whoa, 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 whoa. Another benefit is your legs will get in really good shape. Legs are pretty underrated. You know, walking is such a great toning exercise. Though I don't really know what it really means to have like toned legs. I don't really know. But I can definitely tell you that like after a month of consistent walking, there's skin and then there's muscle, right? There's not really a layer of fat between the skin and then the muscle, if that makes sense. For my legs in particular, at least what I can observe. And then, I'll see if I can show you. So if you're somebody that really cares about the way that their legs look, obviously, I'm gonna put you on some game right here, right? The secret is to walk. I know, right? Shocking. Right. Do I personally care about having really big legs? No, I don't. I don't want to have really big legs because I want to be able to fit in the clothes that I wear. I like to wear basketball shorts. I like to wear gym shorts. I don't really like to wear jeans. So, I don't really plan on growing my legs. I used to be a sprinter in high school. I did the 100-meter dash. I did the 200-meter dash. I did the 400-meter dash. I did the 4x1 100-meter dash. And the 4x4 100-meter dash. It's the little baton races. Those were really fun, right? Sprinting. I mean, all of my exercises that I remembered, I think I had pretty big legs. Yeah, I think I had pretty big legs. I don't really know if you can see it from there, but I think my legs are pretty nicely sized. I don't really want them to get any bigger because I have problems fitting into like jeans, right? So like going through high school, my mom always told me to get the husky size for pants. And there's nothing wrong with the size of the pants that I was wearing. It's just, I took note of that. I took note of not being able to wear skinny jeans. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. You saved yourself from wearing skinny jeans. I did. I think I probably did. Did I think they looked cool? Yes. Did I want a pair of skinny jeans? Yes. Would it make me look like what I wanted to look? Who knows? I always thought skinny jeans were really, really nice. Hollister jeans too. They had some really cool variations of jeans with rips that at the time, they didn't come out with the technology that made them stretchy. So I was missing out on some pretty cool jeans. Instead, I would take the husky pants, I would take some scissors, and I would cut. And I wasn't like no tailor. I was no like professional at making my own clothes. So those cuts kind of sucked. And I ended up messing up more jeans than I even like plan on like wearing. I messed up a lot of jeans. And then my mom would look at me and tell me, what the hell happened to the pants that I bought you? I don't know. And then my mom would hate it. She would actually find them like hidden beneath the clothes in my drawer. She'd call me an idiot sometimes for it. I deserved it. I love you, Mom. So, we are an hour into this walk. Incredible. An hour and 7 minutes. Honestly, can't believe that. Made it this far. Honestly, what I had to do right before this walk was go through my storage and delete like 50 gigabytes worth of data because I was so afraid that I'm gonna do this walk and then I'm just not gonna have enough space to continue the entire journey. Now that would suck, right? I think it would suck big time. If halfway through the walk, my video shut off, I'm talking to the camera, and I never found out that the video stopped. That would be heartbreaking. I honestly don't think I would be doing YouTube if that was the case. If that happened to me on my first run, best believe me, I probably would have stopped. That is the backside of Epic Universe. It's nothing really special. There's nothing special about it. But there is a hotel here that has a really cool statue of, I don't know if it's Apollo, or the hotel is called Helios, right? There is just an entrance to Epic Universe going through Helios. When I first started doing these 10,000 steps, 20,000 steps, this is the first place I went to. So, probably gonna take you there. Should I? I don't know. I don't know how they are with strangers walking in with a camera. Then again, they're probably just gonna think I'm a tourist, which is completely fine. Will I do that today? I don't know. I'm just hoping I don't get rained on. So when you're doing these walks, bring water. First couple times, I didn't bring anything. I didn't even bring a book bag. I just went on these walks. Okay, so here's what's actually gonna help you. Let's get back on track. What's actually gonna help you on these walks? Now, I like my caffeine. I like my coffee black. I don't really drink it with the creamer. You know, especially if you're a person that's trying to cut calories to the max, don't have a creamer. You actually get a significant boost in metabolic burn if you just drink coffee by itself. Or I think it's just drinking coffee in general gives your metabolism a massive boost. So that's very, very important. Get your coffee in. Man, especially when you're that low on calories. Like if you choose to go 1,200 calories and you choose to remove carbs the way I told you to remove carbs, go 30 grams of carbs, essentially ketogenic diet. All right, just meat, a little bit of fat, high protein, ketogenic, right? So the whole thing about ketogenic diets are you have no carbs in your system, so it makes your body operate in a way called ketosis, right? So that actively turns the fat in your body as a steady source of fuel. That's significant when you're trying to cut down on body fat. And that is actually a huge part of where the body composition change starts to happen on our particular journey. So across the next 7 days, I will be low carbs, high protein, a little bit of fat. That's just what I'm gonna do, right? And if you wanna do it together, just like the whole idea behind this video, is that in 7 days, we're gonna cut out carbs. We're gonna keep our protein. My goal is 150 pounds. So I'm gonna be eating 150 grams of protein. I'm gonna have like 30 grams of fat. It's okay to go 40 or 50, just make sure you're lowering down your carbs significantly because you want the benefit of being in ketosis, right? Your body is going to not like the fact that you're going into this state of having to turn fat into fuel. The first 2 days are going to be significantly hard. Now, if you choose to still stick with this and do it, you are going to see these results happen way faster than you can imagine if you stick to this game plan. It is gonna be tough, but it is very rewarding. I am telling you right now. The thumbs up of glory. If you can just stick with it, right? You're working hard for the next 7 days, right? This is part of that working hard, right? It's just accepting the fact that just giving up carbs is going to boost the efficiency in which you are designing your body right now. You are just going to be carving your body, making it look splendid if you are able to cut these carbs out. Because being in a steady state of ketosis, it does wonders for your body. After the first 2 days are up, I'm sorry, there's just a lot of cars that came out of nowhere. And I'm right back by a road. It's just because, that's the Helios place right over there. That is the Helios. It's just because I'm recording that all these cars want to come through. That's literally the only reason. If there's anybody else, this road is usually empty. As a matter of fact, people go to Epic Universe on the other road. It just happened to be today. They see me with this stick out here. They see me recording, and everybody wants to make a cameo. So yeah, if you can just leverage the fact that your body's in ketosis, you'll boost the efficiency at which your body burns fat, right? This is amazing because it's continuous energy that you'll be able to have. Any more? Okay. You will have, after 2 days, right? Because your body's gonna be fighting you for the first 2 days, right? If you drink yerba mate, what that does for me, it helps me get into ketosis all the time. I've been able to get in relatively easy because yerba mate curbs your cravings. And it also is like coffee. It increases your metabolic burn. We want that. We want that while we're doing these steps and we're in a deficit. Because we want everything that we can to increase the way our body burns energy. Give me 1 second. I think I'm gonna go cut these out on the film. I think I'm gonna cut all of these moments where the cars are just making so much noise. It might just cut the footage down from like an hour. I don't know. I actually do not know the length on which YouTube is gonna let me post videos. But I have seen videos that go like above 24 hours. Like a Mr. Beast video. I think Mr. Beast videos definitely do that. And we'll see. We'll see. I want to give you a count, but I also don't want to end the video here. I really want to give you this count. But something tells me that we're like at 10,000 steps right now. Because we are an hour and 15 minutes in. Yeah. We are an hour and 15 minutes in. Whoa. That is a lot of yapping for the past hour and 15 minutes. Can I keep it up? I don't know. Maybe it might go quiet. Maybe I just might have the camera and it could just be me and you walking. Because sometimes this could get pretty lonely. But in order to find the best version of yourself, you have to be alone. This is where all the development happens, by yourself. That's the thing a lot of people don't talk about. Being by yourself is the best thing that you could do. I have, dated people that are amazing individuals, but they live by themselves. They don't have anybody. They go back home living by themselves, which I come from a household, me, my mom, my sister, my brothers, my dad. So I grew up around people. So being alone is something I just recently really discovered. Basically putting myself out here on these walks is where I get most of my alone time. It's really significant because that's when real life starts to hit you. It's like your family does so much for you. The people around you do so much. They have their own complex life. You know what I'm saying? It's only until you go out there by yourself and you start experiencing your life by yourself, you start to really appreciate the moments where you're able to be alone, the calmness, the peacefulness. You can practice great things alone. Sometimes people can be a distraction, especially when you're trying to level up, when you're trying to be a better person. People can be a distraction, right? Sometimes there's beauty in just being alone. I don't think it's sometimes. I think there is beauty. Consistently, there is beauty in being alone. And for those of you out there that are already alone and that are just here with me, I welcome your company. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining the journey. You're not alone. We're doing this together. Promise you, it's going to be a really good 7 days, especially if you stick to it. You're going to be looking good. You're going to be looking good, chap. Hey, look, buddy. There's a Ferris wheel over there. That's Orlando Eye. Yeah, no. But shout out to all the people that, live that solitary life. I got mad respect for you guys. Mad respect. I can't even imagine how hard that is. Having to do everything by yourself. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. There are a lot of people that are way stronger than me. There are millions and thousands and billions of people way stronger than me. You know what I'm saying? What is the whole purpose of me recording this? Oh, there is a bird that is deceased on the floor. I will not put that on camera. I'm trying to look away. She's behind me now. Oh, that bird knocked off my focus. Ooh, I feel like I have something in my eye. All right, so here's the path real quick. Pretty chill. I won't lie, pretty chill. We could potentially be 13,000 steps in, 14, 15,000 steps. I'm not too sure. All I know is that we're putting in that work. And that's all that matters. We are putting in that work. It's crazy because, like, I really imagine if you are doing this with me in real time, doing this walk, wow, kudos to you. I don't know who else does this type of content, but damn, if you're watching and you made it this far and you're actually walking with me, hearing me rant and talk about random crap, you're one cool person, I can tell you that. Because not only are you watching me and dealing with my crap, you are actively putting one foot in front of the other and stepping into a better tomorrow. That's pretty fucking cool. I think that's really impressive. I just saw the car that takes like the 360 photos that like is for Google Maps. It just passed right by us. That was pretty cool. But yeah, starting is always the hardest thing, all right? Once you start, right? If you can do this for 2-3 days, all right, you're almost halfway there. That's the crazy thing, all right? Once you get to the 3rd, 4th day, you're really right there. You're halfway there. And I know you should probably be seeing significant changes in your body in that short amount of time. If you are walking this 30,000 steps, because we are doing 30,000 steps a day, you're gonna see significant change. It is gonna be massively impressive, all right? And imagine sticking through the full 7 days. All right, I'm not asking for a lot of your time. I am just asking for 7 days. There are 365 days in a year. 7 days. Think of it like a 7-day vacation. You're on a solo cruise by yourself, right? And you're giving yourself the opportunity to unpack your mind, be entertained while you're doing this walk, get in shape, tone those legs. Like at the end of the 7 days, it's really going to be significant. The mind shift boost that you're going to have, the new discipline, the new determination, you're going to be looking so much better. I'm not trying to sell it to you halfway through. I'm just trying to tell you what's going to happen, because this is a very repeatable process. I've already did it. And you stick it through. Shit. I can only imagine. I hope you just tell me what you go through. I hope you tell me all the good that happens. Tell me the bad too. You know, the bad in this can be like pain in your body, because the price of growth is pain. You're gonna have some pain. You're gonna have moments where you're gonna want to quit. You're gonna have moments where you just want to turn around. So tell me the pain. There's pain in everything that we do, right? We're trying to have the good outweigh the bad, at least in this situation. Eventually, my goal is to find a halfway point where we're at least 15K steps in, and then I could go turn around. That is the goal. All right, if you're walking 40,000 steps, walk 20,000 steps, find the halfway point, turn around. Unless you have like a location. This is really cool. Look at that. Pretty cool. Beautiful. Okay, maybe I could check my step count here. So we will go on a momentary pause. I will resume in a second.